I can share with you some examples then of how do you support and drive multiple types of innovation all at one time, now that we're kind of grounded in our definition. So how many of you have ever used an Intuit product, whether it's TurboTax or Quicken? Okay, a lot of you, great. So Scott Cook, this is in my first book, and it's a great example of kind of being open to innovation, or being not open to innovation, then opening up. So when Scott Cook created Quicken, it was a way to balance your personal checkbook. And it was a big success because it really simplified managing your own financial accounting. And they went to market, they did great, but their customer feedback on their surveys kept coming back telling them that 50% of their customers were small businesses. Now, these are financially minded software geeks, and they're thinking, we know that's impossible because small businesses need real accounting software. And that's when real accounting software was on the DOS machines, and there was Peachtree and all these other big accounting, really expensive big accounting systems. And they knew that what they were providing, if a business was using that, it would just be completely wrong. They ignored the data for over a year. Kept coming back, ignored. So then they said, well, maybe we should look into this. So they went out and they actually visited with some customers, went to some small businesses, and lo and behold, they were using the wrong software in the wrong way because it was simple. It was easy. And these small business owners didn't start their businesses to be accountants. They hated accounting, so they were doing the wrong thing in the wrong way. And what they realized is maybe there's an opportunity here for small business software, so they created something called QuickBooks. And in 3 months of launching QuickBooks, they had 70% market share from that insight. But they had ignored it because they were blind to a lot of those assumptions that they had about who their market was and what the opportunity was. Now, what's happened since then is really the breakthrough. So what Intuit has done, and they've created in their culture, they're the only company I've ever heard of that has a value in their company that they actually talk about. They want to savor surprise. Surprise is good things that happen and also bad things that happen. And they want to open up to surprise. So let me share with you how they do that. They have this thing called Design for Delight. It's a process that they use. They also have this toolkit, which I'll talk about later, but it's a framework. And this framework is 3 steps. First, you need empathy for your customer. And that can be your external customer or member, or your internal customer. If you look at what you do as an internal support function, you have internal customers. Then you go out and you do kind of this divergent to convergent, go broad, diverge, come up with all these different ideas, and then prioritize those. And then you do it again, and then you prioritize them again. And after you come up with some solid, good ideas, you actually go out there and you share them with your customers. Because who else is going to tell you whether your idea is great or it sucks? The customer, who would actually be interested in this thing. So, and then they go back out and they get more empathy, and then they keep iterating until they feel like this thing has legs. Now, they've created a toolkit that everybody has and uses to do that process. And what they've done now is that everyone has the ability to innovate in this way. It's kind of this test and learn approach. Now, in their culture and in their organization, this is their corporate office down the street, you walk in and you've got the Innovation Wall of Fame. These are people who every year this Wall of Fame changes out, but these are individuals and teams who have done something really innovative that they want to celebrate. So, yes, there's product innovation that makes money because most organizations want to celebrate that kind of stuff. But this is where it gets interesting because a culture of innovation is about a culture of value creation. No matter who you are, innovation is your job. So when you look at what else they're celebrating on their Wall of Fame, this is the HR group that is doing college recruiting. Okay, so what have they done? Well, recruiting, as we've seen, talent is very difficult to get in the Bay Area and even outside the Bay Area, especially tech-savvy talent. So what they've done is they actually have taken their Design for Delight process. They do these kind of innovation sessions, innovation jams, And they do them inside. But what they've done is they've taken them to college campuses, and they have a challenge, and they invite college students to come and participate in this innovation session. This isn't about sitting down and doing a one-on-one behavioral interview. This is about immersing themselves with their potential college recruits in solving real problems that their company has. And what happens? They get good ideas. The college students who are interested in maybe an internship sees how cool they are and wants to choose them. And so they get interns who then turn into employees. And it's differentiated them in terms of college recruiting. I look at that as a real sustaining innovation in the whole space of recruiting. They also have, when I was at HP, this is HP, a technology company, I'd call up to get help with my laptop, and it would take me 2 weeks to have some technical support at my desk. What they've done at Intuit, they have the Techno Bar. This is an idea that IT had, which is basically emulate the Genius Bar that Apple has and just have somebody there. So you can, at any time you walk down with your laptop, hey, I need some help. So instant help. That also won the award for the year and is on the Innovation Wall of Fame. So these are examples of IT, of HR, defining innovation in terms of optimizing how they help the organization achieve the results to serve customers, because their mission statement is to transform their customers' financial lives so they won't go back to the old way of doing things. And everyone knows that that's what they're trying to do. IT is trying to make other groups more effective so they can do that. HR is trying to make other groups have the best talent so they can do that. They see that cascading purpose with the customer focus.